Week 3 in the Always Sunny in Sayreville League, and it's like bizarro world out here. Up is down, right is wrong, good is bad, bad is good. The league landscape is different than probably what a lot of people expected right now, but you know, that's what makes it interesting. And you got to remember, there's still 10 regular season games left. It's a long season, and as Johnny Ortiz will tell you, anything could happen. Injuries this week, the big one, Ben Roethlisberger goes down with a knee injury for a few weeks, it looks like, but if you saw the injury, you know, it could have been a whole lot worse. It looked like he might have been done for the year, but it turns out that it's going to be a couple of weeks. But that means now that the Moth is without his number one wide receiver and his starting quarterback, so his roster is definitely going to be put to the test. Marshawn Lynch exited his game with injury, and Chris Ivory suited up but didn't even play for the Jets this week. So those are two injury situations to definitely monitor. Highest scorer of the week was also the highest scorer in the league so far this year. AJ Green, wide receiver from Team Blumpkin, went 10 for 227 and 2 to score 51.7 points and lead Team Blumpkin to their first victory of the season. All right, now we get to this week's game of the week. The key matchup from last week was the contest between undefeated Rusty Strombone and undefeated She Gave Me the Crabtrees. Battle for first place in the number 2's division. These two teams gave us a really good game, battling back and forth all day long.
This is Felly from the Rusty Strombone, doing a little mid-Sunday check-in.
Well, the update is right now Felly's up on me by a little over 2 points.
Score is like 48 to 47.1. I'm up. I believe I have one more player going than Bobby J, but it's nice. It's close. It's nail-biting. It's getting me going. I'm a little up. Mini Fitzpatrick. We need some more.
Denver's D needs to take a shit tonight. Just saying.
We need Aaron Rodgers to throw 38 interceptions.
Lynch is having a really tough day, man. 3.3 points so far. Sorry, Felly.
But I still feel pretty good. Antonio Brown's doing his thing. My boy, my leader, my everything. He's got about 18 points right now, no touchdown. You got to assume he's getting one, so we're hoping that there.
Beast mode, done for the game. Tough break.
I'm hoping Larry fucking Fitz doesn't do what he's been doing.
Larry fucking Fitz, Felly.
What else I got going on? I need fucking Jimmy Graham to break out and do what you know what you do best, bro. You know what you got to do. Russell, throw it to him.
Dogfight with Felly today, but I think I'm gonna win.
But I will see you a little later with the check-in. Still feel good. I don't want to John Ortiz jinx it right now, but I feel good. Later.
And it came down to Monday night's result before a winner was determined. She Gave Me the Crabtrees beat the Rusty Strombone 143 to 122.1. Now, She Gave Me the Crabtrees only got 10.5 points out of his running backs on Sunday, but his wide receivers more than made up for the difference. Brandon Marshall scored 24.9 points, and Larry Fitzgerald scored 34.4 points. Now, on the other side, the Rusty Strombone had to spin Ryan Fitzpatrick in the place of injured Drew Brees, who was out with that shoulder, and Fitzpatrick didn't really do all that much. Wide receiver Antonio Brown scored 21.8 points, and Jimmy Graham followed up with 21.3. The Denver Broncos defense continued their ridiculous start, scoring 18 points, but Marshawn Lynch could only score 3.3 points as he exited his game with injury.
Tough break.
Going into the Monday night game, the Rusty Strombone held a small lead, like maybe 15 points over She Gave Me the Crabtrees, but the Crabtrees still had Aaron Rodgers left to play. So Rodgers completely destroys on Monday night, passing for 333 yards and 5 touchdowns on his way to a 34.9 point night, leading She Gave Me the Crabtrees to victory in come-from-behind fashion. Now, She Gave Me the Crabtrees is 3-0. They're the last undefeated team. They sit atop the number 2's division, and they've set themselves up not only with a great matchup next week, but also as a target for the league from this point going forward. Everybody's going to come for you, Bobby, now that you're 3-0. I know that everybody just used to come for you because you're an easy place to make jokes at. Now, everybody's going to be gunning for you, so I hope you're ready for that. All right, guys, now it's time for this week's hero. Scoring the highest total points this week and the highest total points this year so far The open slot demolished the Moth 161.2 to 92.9. That's a 68.3 point margin of victory, the largest total of the week by, a pretty good margin. The open slot had solid performances pretty much across his entire lineup, but he was led by Randall Cobb's 35.3 points. Cobb went 7 for 91 and 3 touchdowns. 3 of Rodgers' 5 touchdowns went to Randall Cobb. I'm thinking the open slot really enjoyed the Monday night game because Jamal Charles also scored 3 touchdowns for him in that game, finishing with 31.2 points. Scoring the highest total points this week with the largest margin of victory, moving to 2-1 and setting up an enormous game in week 4, the open slot is this week's hero. Now, the Moth ended up starting 2 zeros in that game, and he was hit by the Ben Roethlisberger injury. His team only put up 92.9 points, which was the second lowest total of the week. Certainly a candidate for the GOAT. However, this week's GOAT put up 89.9 points and fell to 0-3, and that is the Golden Showers. Eli Manning pitched in 19.2 points, and Amari Cooper led the way with 19.4, but his kicker and defense were the next 2 highest scoring players on his team. Everybody else scored in single digits. The kicker put up 16 points, and the defense put up 14 points. But usually that's not the best recipe for success. The Golden Showers, as I mentioned, were the lowest scoring team in the league this week, but cumulatively, they're also the lowest scoring team in the league so far this year, by 46 points. That's a pretty considerable margin considering we've only played 3 games. With the loss, he drops to last place in the number 2's division at 0-3. And for that, the Golden Showers are this week's GOAT. And now for a quick reaction to his defeat this week, we go live to the field to Danny Mac, this week's GOAT. Danny Mac, thank you for taking a few minutes. I really appreciate it.
GOAT.
I just wanted to just get your reaction really quick. Week 3, the fact that you're the GOAT this week, the fact that you're now 0-3.
That team's fucking
This
horrible.
is the second time in your franchise history, by the way, that you're 0-3 that
That's
started
it?
off the season.
I thought it was every year.
It might be, but
I'm really good in the second half.
yeah. Well, you're hoping for a good second
I
half.
always
so-
start off 0-6 and come a game out of the playoffs every year.
Nice.
Jeffrey and Lacey fuck me. They're awful. I hate them. I'm trying to think of like a bright spot, but I can't seem to find any. Eli did all right.
You
There's
did
one.
okay. Yeah.
Oh, my defense.
Defense and kicker, as
Dude.
a matter of fact.
Told you.
Defense and
Buffalo
kicker.
Bills, fucking Seattle's kicker. Fuck, that team's horrible.
So 0-3. You got any plans moving forward on how you're going to kind of get back on the right track?
Hope Jeffrey gets healthy quick and hopefully sees injuries on serious.
Right on.
Fucking
Okay.
2 first-round picks. Yeah, I'd hope Forsett doesn't suck. Those are my first 3 picks. I loved them on draft day. Sticking in my ass right now. Shit hurts. Brutal.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you again for a few seconds.
I'm never going running back heavy again. It's the only league I did it in, and it's the only league I'm not doing well. Only one.
All right. Well, there you go. We're going to send it right back to you in the studio. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The thing that I need to point out about this, because I've watched it like 50 times over again, and it makes me just die laughing every single time. At the very beginning of this video, like, Danny has no idea that I'm about to take a video of him. He thinks we're taking a selfie. Like, you can see he's posing at the very beginning of the video because he thinks I'm like taking a selfie of us in the parking lot. I don't know why, but it just, every time I see it, it makes me die because you can see he's like, okay, selfie, and then like the realization sort of washes over him as to what is actually happening, and it's Danny
beautiful.
Mac, thank you for taking a few minutes. I really appreciate it.
Go.
All right, guys. Key matchups. We have 3 key matchups this week. The first one, of course, being the one that involves the undefeated team. We have 3-0. She gave me the Crabtrees, taking on 2-1 open slot. Now, the open slot obviously led the league in points this week. He has a lineup that's obviously capable of exploding at any given time. He didn't even have enough room in his lineup for all his points this week. His score could have been a lot bigger, but there's only so many positions you can put in the lineup. So Bobby J's got his work cut out for him, and he certainly has a target on his back. So it's going to be, everybody's best effort, one after the other, until somebody finally takes you down, Bobby J. Now, over in the Porter division, we have a battle between the 2-1 The Moth versus 2-1 Gotham Rogues. Now, the Moth obviously dealing with some injuries, and the Gotham Rogues looking to establish himself in that division, so he may be getting the defending champ at the right time. Our third key matchup is a number 2's division battle between 2-1 Shower Hug and 2-1 Rusty Strombone. Both teams looking to keep pace with She Gave Me the Crabtrees and the open slot at the top of the number 2's division. Alright guys, that's it. Week 3 update over. Remember to set your lineups. Remember that we're still looking for some suggestions as to where we could hang out for the December 6th Jets-Giants game. Right now, our suggestions are Ortiz's house and a bar in New York City. So keep those suggestions rolling in, and we'll keep talking about it, and we'll figure something out. And I will see you next week, where it's always sunny.